Okay, so let's go ahead and set our project. I hope you guys are setting your project consistently. I'm going to go ahead and open up our hardbind file. And I'm going to do an incremental save. So I'm on version 5 now. And now I'm going to start out with my smoothing of the weights. Now, needless to say, I'm not going to be able to showcase the whole thing to you guys in this video. So obviously the attempt is to show you guys parts of crucial stuff, important stuff. That's the part that I certainly want you guys to see. So let's begin this. I want to sort of keep this to not more than 20 minutes of viewing. Remember to always keyframe joints. And let's make this smaller, shall we? This is normally what we work with. So the timeline's a little smaller. Remember to always keyframe the joints. We are going to do this one joint at a time, by the way. So we are going to be treating every joint. We're also going to be working in the central areas and the areas on the left hand side, and then just simply mirroring the joints across onto the other side. So let me have my symmetry on for now. So let's start with this joint right here. So you see what's happening here is when I bend it, I get this sort of hard bend, which I'm obviously not okay with. So that is something that I have to work on. So let me just lift it maybe. Okay, so this one should be easy. Let me go ahead into my paint weights tool. Everything is locked, by the way. Everything is locked. And I'm working only between the pelvis and the spine. So pelvis and the spine, which is the first spine joint. I'm going to unlock these two only. Go into the select mode, something like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and start smoothing this. Just smooth. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and smooth these out a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe something like that, maybe. Yeah. Let's make sure that we are selecting all of these together. Then we should be able to smooth them particularly better. Yeah, so you see that it's not that hard anymore. I probably need to smooth this area right here too. This little chunk of vertices. So let's just smooth it. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. There you go. So, much better, don't you think? Okay. Here's my joint. I'm going to delete this right here. When I bend it to, it bends pretty well, actually. Not out here, not as much out here. So I'll certainly be working on that. Now, one of the most important things that you would do is to make sure that you're in the first frame, so your joint kind of comes back to its default, and don't forget to delete the keyframe on it. Keys, delete keys. In fact, let me go into rigging, and let's say if it's in polys, that's completely fine by me. So here's what I'm going to do, by the way. Click on edit, keys, delete keys, control shift click, and I'm actually making a shelf button for it. So I can just delete the keyframes right over here. Let's do the next joint. Okay, that's what's happening. So go back in here. I'm going to lock the pelvis and unlock the spine. Remember, now the give and take of the relationship of the influence needs to happen between spine 1 and spine 2. I'm going to pin them so I don't have to search for them every now and again. Let's just go into select and select some vertices. Yeah. Go back into paint mode and just say smooth. I'm going to say flood a couple of times. So That looks visually nice enough. Let's make sure we select both these joints and just delete keyframes. Now another thing I want to necessarily, oh, but by the way, let's do chest as well. And then we can treat these as moves up. Lock the spine, unlock the chest, because the give and take will now happen between spine 2 and chest. So you see what I'm doing, obviously. Uh, you go. Paint, smooth, and soft. Yeah, that's very good. That looks really nice, except right here there is a little bit of stretching, so I'm just going to select these. I can hide and unhide my joint layer over here. So let me just smooth that area, particularly just the underarm a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit on the spine. Let me go to the select mode and increase it so it comes down just a tad bit. And I don't know why it's not coming down. It's probably, let me see what's going on. Spine, chest, that's good enough actually. Oh, that's because this area is controlled by the clavicle and the clavicle is locked, so I'm not really able to assign much to the spine. So be it, that's fine. Let's show this. Let's select these joints and we make sure that we're deleting keyframes on it. Let's make sure that the rotations are looking fine too. So test in every possible direction. So let me keyframe here. Let me rotate him here in the front. Rotate in the back. So I've got front and back and maybe here. Zero this out. Rotate it this way. And then rotate it that way. Okay, so we need to make sure that these look kind of nice as well. So let's start with number 5 and let's see what's going on. I'm going to resort to using smooth skin weights tool. So Alt S is my shortcut for it. There you go. Just double clicking those edges, smoothing this, making it look nice. All right, now let's see what that looks when he goes back. Oh, that bend is a little weird, and I know why. '24, that's a rotate Y. So I just want to make sure that these guys have no rotate Y on it. Let's zero this out. Yeah, something like that. That looks really nice actually. I know the butt doesn't look good, but we'll come to the butt when the time comes. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That's fantastic. So let's fix the butt just a little bit. I think there is this little part. Let me just go into my vertex mode. This should be controlled by the spine a little less. So let me just lock these two. We're now working between the pelvis and spine 1. So I'm going to say pelvis, and I need more control over this area for my pelvis. So just say smooth and start adding Oh, how did I miss these vertices? And just smooth, 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 smooth. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that these vertices have a little less effect coming from spine 1. So you see what I'm doing is I'm taking a lot of time to make sure that this looks really nice. So let's go back into my pelvis. I'm going to say replace. I'm going to add some, but I'm not going to add a whole value of 1. So let's reduce the opacity so I can so slowly start increasing the white on it. That's flood, flood. That's barely anything. There you go. Flood, 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 flood. There you go. Much better. Same here once again, just a little bit more. And let's work on this right here. Smooth maybe just once. And that'll do a good job of it actually. There you go. That's my spine right there. That's a good looking spine. You make sure you lock those joints right there. And that's going to be a good looking spine. As I said, let me save this file.